Let's repot my Philodendron Brasil. Hello, I'm Jacinta. Welcome back to my channel, Past That Plant. Today we are going to be repotting my Philodendron Brasil without taking it off the wall. So let's do that. Alfie's here again today, so you may hear him tapping away on the floorboards, or he may even make an appearance on the lounge. And yes, he's just visiting, hasn't replaced sweet Marvin. We are going to go up one pot size today. You may remember that I already repotted this houseplant last year in April, and it's now March, so just under a year. Cute. Usually I only repot every 2 years, but as you can see, it has well and truly outgrown this pot with quite a few roots coming out the bottom. So let's give her a little more space. To repot without taking her off the wall, I'm just going to use a large chopping board and then use a repotting mat on top of that. The board has given me more space, and now I'm going to add a repotting mat on top. This will just help to contain the mess. I definitely could take this plant off the wall to repot it. It is just secured with some plant clips and nails, but I find it easier to repot with the foliage being supported. If you watched my recent neon pothos repot, you would have seen that there was foliage everywhere with these long vines. So having them somewhat contained is easier, I find. Now I'm just going to gently squeeze the pot to help get the plant out. Such a tangle of roots. Just untangle them a little so it falls through. I am going to use some gloves for this next bit. I'm not going to mess with the roots too much because I did just repot it last year. This potting mix is a Aroid mix which I put it in, so I know it's already got the right potting mix and there is nothing wrong with this plant. There's no pests or rot issues, root rot, fungus or anything like that. If there is nothing wrong with your plant or the potting mix it is in, there is definitely no need to mess with the roots. Try and untangle them, get all the potting mix off. It's just unnecessary. So leave it be unless there's an issue. Look at all these healthy roots, and the soil looks very healthy as well. I could actually reuse this soil, which I might do, and then add fresh as well. I will use some of the existing potting mix, and I'm going to add some fresh as well. I'm using an Aroid mix. I use an Aroid mix for all of my Aroids, obviously. So that is the Philodendrons, Monstera, ZZ plant, pothos. What else? I also use half Aroid mix, half indoor potting mix when I'm repotting my ficus. So this is a good one to have. If you're thinking, I always seem to have a new bag whenever I'm repotting, you're right. I go through so much potting mix, it's not even funny. Especially because I have a lot of outdoor monsteras. So this is the planter that the pot was in, which is 140 millimeters. This one is 180 millimeters, so we're going up about 2 inches in size. As you would know if you subscribe to me already, I almost always use a nursery pot and then I put those inside my decorative planters. This makes it so much easier when it's time to repot. Nursery pots also have lots of drainage holes in them, whereas your beautiful ceramic decorative planter may not. If you're using a nursery pot though, you can just slide that in to your ceramic planter and you don't have to worry about drainage holes. The hardest part, of course, is finding nursery pots which fit in with your decorative planter that you want to use. I'm also adding some mesh rounds to the base of my nursery pot. This just stops the potting mix from flushing straight through when I water it, especially when I bottom water. I did think I'd used them when I repotted last year, but I couldn't find the mesh in the base of this plant, so I don't know if the plant ate it or what's happening, but I've added some new ones. So with the existing potting mix, I'm going to add it to the base of my new planter, pop the plant in, and then add some fresh potting mix. No need to throw this out. If it was an older potting mix, you could add some microbe and soil booster to help refresh it and add some nutrients, which is what I did with my neon pothos potting mix. Okay, so the potting mix goes up to about here. So I'm going to add in my plant and then fill around the root ball. Nice and snug. A quick moment for the trowel I'll be using today. My mum painted a magpie on the handle. Very Australian. If you do come to Australia, especially in spring, you don't have to worry about spiders, sharks, alligators, scorpions. I mean, you do. But the thing you're really going to watch out for, which is likely to attack you, is the magpie, because they will swoop you. So very iconic. I don't know if my mum was saying anything with this, but anyway. So you can see it's a beautiful and chunky potting mix with lots of orchid bark in it, which is perfect for Aroids. Don't forget to give her a good shake or slap to help settle that potting mix, and then add more. Okay, that's enough potting mix. I'm going to give her a good water from the top and let it drain right through until it runs out the bottom, and then some. I don't need my little DIY potting mix set up anymore, so get this out of the way. And it stayed pretty clean. So I'm going to give it a good water, pour it through the top and let it come out the base, and then I will leave it to soak for about half an hour. This will also help to settle the potting mix and make sure she's nice and hydrated after her repot. I might need more. Oh no, she's coming out the bottom now. So we want it to start to drip. And that's how you know you've watered enough. As I've had to repot again within a year, you may be wondering why I don't go up to a much larger pot size. And the main reason for this is because that is one of the reasons that you may get root rot. If you have a pot which is much too big for the plant's root ball, then you're going to have a lot of excess potting mix, and this is going to hold on to moisture and cause issues like rot and fungus, and then you'll get gnats as well as potentially a dead plant. So even though you may have to repot more often, it is definitely better to only go up a few inches in pot size. Another reason why you don't want a super massive pot is if there is too much space around the root ball, the plant is going to focus on growing more roots and less foliage, which is again not what we want. So only go up a few inches in pot size. Aroid plants like to be a little bit more root bound and it'll help you have bigger foliage. Speaking of foliage, I haven't cleaned these leaves in a while, so I will do that now while she's soaking. We are wiping the front of the leaves to clean off any dust to help with photosynthesis, and you wipe the back of the leaves to make sure there is no pests or eggs or anything hiding there, because they will usually hide under the foliage. So front and back. And your plant will also enjoy a little bit of moisture. I don't mist this one, even though she would like it, obviously, because she's on my wall and I would end up with a very wet wall. Before I get comments about this not being a very bright spot, and people telling me that plants need light, of course they do. This plant has been here for well over a year now, probably close to 2 years, and as you can see, she's growing pretty well. The Philodendron Brasil is a lower light philodendron, and whilst if I had it in a brighter spot, it would definitely grow larger foliage. I am very happy with how it's looking, and believe it or not, this spot does get direct sunlight throughout the day. About a meter behind you is a wall of windows and they're north facing. So it gets the afternoon sunlight, and it is currently the morning, which is why it looks a little bit dark here. Most houseplants don't need direct sunlight throughout the day. A few hours is fine, or even a very bright spot is often fine. So this gets a little bit of direct sunlight and then it's in a bright spot for a few hours, which is plenty. She's had a good clean and been soaking for about half an hour now, so I'm going to pop her in her new decorative planter. I'll just let the excess water drip off. As for how it is attached to the wall, you can see I have put small nails in my wall. And then I just use a plant clip like this one, or you can just use ties. I like this one because they're quite big, and just loop it around the vine and attach it to the nail there. This one is long enough to go up to the next nail, but I'm kind of liking her hanging out, so I'll leave it for now. But I do have nails all the way up the wall, and whilst this may seem scary, I find a small nail does much less damage than a command strip does. The amount of times I've tried to remove those and taken off paint, plaster, half the wall, I don't want to talk about it. Where a small nail leaves a tiny hole, which you probably wouldn't even notice, or it's very easy to fill. So that is what I do. It is officially autumn in Australia, so I am on a bit of a time crunch to repot all the houseplants I need to before winter. Whilst you can repot any time of year, it is best to do it in spring and summer, because that is when your houseplant is actively growing. In the cooler months, it goes dormant and it will not love being repotted, and new growth will also take a lot longer. It's also the reason why you don't want to fertilize as much in the cooler months. Whilst I am in Australia and it gets very, very hot here, we had a few 45°C days over summer. It also gets very cold. We get -1 to overnight, again Celsius, so below freezing. So although we get the heat, we definitely have 4 seasons and we get the cold, so I will not be repotting in winter. So there you have it, one of my seemingly most complicated repots with the philodendron attached to the wall is actually one of the easiest, and didn't make that much of a mess. Of course I did a little bit because I always do, but I'll just send around my robot vacuum and call it a day. Okay, bye. Just put the house back together. Poor Alfie was a little bit shy, which But he was here. And that is one of Marvin's very old beds. Okay. A leaf did get stuck, but it didn't rip or anything, so hopefully she's okay.